Welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf. And tonight we're going to talk about the magic move that almost every tour player does, but almost every amateur doesn't. And it's a big separator when I see amateurs that come to me and tour professionals when I study films. What is it? Well, it's what the face looks like on the way down. Or if the face is square or 90 degrees to the target line, for most people it's going to feel close. So to help me better explain this, I've got some props behind me so it'll make sense. It's going to work all throughout your bag, and we're going to start with your putter. So the first thing I've got here is a putting arc. So as you can see, when the putter swings back, it will swing on an arc, or it looks like the putter opens to us. Well, it doesn't open, but as it naturally arcs, the putter is staying 90 degrees to that swing arc. Okay, so when I swing back, the putter is 90 degrees to the swing arc, and when it swings back, or almost seems like it's shutting to get back to square. So opens a fraction, then shuts down a bit, and that's what gets back to square. So the full swing is a lot like our putting stroke. Now, no one would putt like this. If I swung back and opened the face way open and got right down into here with an open face and then tried to really hurry up and square the face, that would make no sense at all. But almost all of us do it in our wedge game, in our driving, mid-irons. And so we're costing us a lot of shots, costing us a lot of distance and a lot of accuracy. So to help me explain what it looks like and how we get there, I brought this hula hoop, and it represents a swing arc. So again, when we swing back, just like the putting arc, we're 90 degrees. So it's 90 degrees at the start, 90 degrees halfway back, and as we swing back down, here's the position we're trying to get into. The golf club is 90 degrees to the swing arc. You can see how my right arm is on top. Now as I start making a motion, you can see how my arm is very stable, and I get into impact, and then the face releases. I don't get down into here and try to save the shot on the way down. This is where I see most people try to play golf from, right here. And then what happens is we start to swing down. See, I'm definitely not 90 degrees here. Now my right arm gets too high and the face is twisting. Now for a short game, when we start doing that with the face, and we'll get into that, the leading edge starts going into the ground. We can't use the bounce of the club. So one of the main reasons it's very tough to feel the face of the golf club is because it's so far away from us. So if I bring the face back and it's back to my hand and I'm swinging back, we're trying to get right there on the way down. So you're trying to feel like your hand's a little bit more on top of the shaft instead of on the side. This is what we're trying to avoid right here. Open face behind us, and then all this flip, right arm gets way too high. Because the strongest part of my arm to support the shaft will be on the side. So if I bring it up here, that's where I want to be. If I'm down here at impact, that's where I want to be. If the face is coming in open, my right arm or my chest, in other words, something's got to twist to get this face going that way. And so my arm, it's hard to match up my arm with the shaft with the face. So it really starts to bring in a lot of problems. So I brought a glove here. Now it's got a stick running right through it. So you can see how your arm and your wrist need to work. So if I have my hand out like this, you can see the stick, top and bottom. Hands like this, you can see the stick is not moving. Neither's my arm is not moving. It doesn't have a lot of twist in it. So again, this would represent how we would swing. Back, so palms facing down, come back down, palms facing down again. So you can see how my arm is very stable. I'd like to think we do this all throughout your game. Putting, chipping, short game, irons, driver. Now, not everyone does it the same, but I promise you the best ball strikers get the face at about 90 degrees right here before they get into the golf ball. It's a very stable face. You can add speed to that face. If I add speed to a face that's coming way back into here and I try to add speed and then I add all that twist, it's really hard to get the golf ball on the golf course. So What we want to do is we're going to start with some short game. We're going to do some mid irons, driver, and hopefully this is a great lesson for you to add that extra yardage, or again, get your accuracy where you want. Now we're going to talk about the chip shot and how my right arm plays really a major role in what I'm doing. So again, this is how we start to walk before we run here. We're just trying to feel how your right arm is getting on the side of the shaft. Your hand's going to face down to down and feel like it's going towards the target. So the first thing I'll do is make some practice strokes just with my right arm so I can feel that. Down, down, so it feels shut to open. Now I'm going to get my hands on the golf club. Shut to open. Okay, now let's try and hit one. Again, so you're going to feel like it's shut to open. Okay, now some would say, well, how am I ever going to hit a high shot if the face is that closed? Well, it's not closed, it's square, and you use trajectory, and you control the trajectory by where your knuckles are in relation to your wrist. So that would be low, medium, high. So I just hit a low one, so my wrist was a little bit behind. This time my hand's going to work the same way. I'll speed my knuckles up and the ball will go in the air a little bit more. So again, it's the same thing. Again, we're feeling shut to shut. Now I'm going to add a little bit of loft here. So I'm feeling like my hand works right underneath the ball. So again, get ready to go. Shut to open. So the ball got a little higher. Notice again, there's no dig, because when my golf club is working back and forth, square to square, I'm using the leading edge. It's not opening and shutting and driving the leading edge and shutting the face into the ground. So that's where we got to start with chipping. Okay, now we're in the long rough. We're going to use our right arm to square the face and propel these balls out onto the green. Now we've all had the shot where it's sunken down, it's sitting down, and we make a big swing and it ends up short. It's almost like we put a lot of effort into it and nothing comes out of the face. It almost feels like it's empty. We get more ground than we want. Well, the face is open, it's not square, and you're losing all the power out of the club. So again, get your grip right. So I'm going to feel close to close. Now the face is coming in square, and now I can feel like I can release the face and dig this golf ball out. Close to open. So now the ball will have a little bit more of a jump to it here. So again, close to open. So I had no problem getting that golf ball out. Now this one's a little bit more buried, a little back in my stance a little more, but for sure I need to feel how my hand is on top of the shaft. I can't hit this ball from here. Again, if I recover, I'm going to get too much on top of it. The ball's not going to come out. So again, close to close. Get this ready to go. I'm going to lean left, so my angle of attack is going down a little bit, but I need to get my hand right there, right on top of the shaft here. So it'll dig out. So again, it's going to help you in these tough lies to get the face where it needs to be. Not open and try to flip it, but square, so you can put the shaft right into the ball. If I'm here and I put the shaft right into the ball, the face is open. Again, it's about positioning and where the face is. We found ourselves in the bunker. I still want my hand to work palm down, and working out through the bunker. Again, so the leading edge isn't twisting. Now, most of us would say, well, how am I going to hit it with a shut face? Well, I thought I wanted the face to be open. Well, we do. We're going to open the face first and then grip it. But the same thing. We're going to go through our same sand shot. So it's going to be, so you're going to feel how your palm is down, and then it opens up. So it keeps the leading edge, again, out of the bunker, keeps the bounce of the club. So now we're up to an iron in the full swing. So again, I want to feel the same thing. Palm down to palm down. Now with this, you need to work with your arm in its shoulder socket. So how your arm works and rotates in its shoulder socket starts to become a little bit bigger deal when you get into the fuller swing. Now as we swing back, if I didn't do anything with my arm and I got the face to square and I just kept going, see that my arms would lift up and the face would be dead shut up top. But as I swing back and the face is here, my arm is rotating in its shoulder socket. So you can see what that does to my hands. See, my hand's already loaded and my arm works in its shoulder socket. Back, and down. That's how I'm able to get my hand back on top of the ball. So we'll make some practice swings and start to feel how my hand works from the ground, back up, and back down again. Now there's a number of ways to do it. The guys that are really good, that have the toe down on the way down, they are bowing their wrist, so the face is getting right there at impact or into impact. That puts a lot of strain on your joints, and it's a weak position at impact. So we want to be a little bit more solid than that. It's a way to do it, and it works. I just think it's an easy way to get injured. So as you swing back and swing back down, your arms rotate and the face is right back in front of you. So we'll hit one here. Nice and slow, get ready to go. So again, you're going to feel back and forth right there. So it takes almost nothing for me to square the face and make the ball go straight. My hand's already here. I'm already square at this point. I just need to run the face right into the ball. So hopefully you can take this and work it into your own game. Now we've come to the driver. Everybody wants to hit it long and straight. I agree, I do too. And there's tons of programs to get your swing speed up and get your arms moving faster and your body rotating faster and get this thing going as fast as you can. Well, I got news for you. This thing is moving all over the place at the strike, and it's unstable, and it's flipping, and it's choppy. You can add as much speed as you want. You will get worse if you add speed to a face that isn't stable. So the face, again, should be stable right here. The face is already square. If you're trying to square this face up at the moment of the strike, and you're trying to add speed at the same time, I'm not putting my money on you. But who I would put my money on is a guy like Dustin Johnson or Brooks Koepka. At the top of their swing, their face is, maybe a little shut, not as much as you think. What does that do for them? Well, as they swing down and bring the club head down, the face gets about right there. If you slow those swings down, that's about where those guys' face are. That's why they hit it so long and straight, back-to-back tournaments, because from here, you can put as much speed. It's actually recommended the more speed you put into it, the more stable the head gets. So with that face right there and putting speed into the golf ball, that's why those guys are so good. You don't see them hands out, face way open back here behind them, and then trying to catch the face up at the last moment. You add speed to that swing, and you're just going to make things worse. So again, we're doing the same thing. Palm down to palm down. So let's make some practice swings and try to feel it. It's the same thing as in my iron. So we get there, palm down, and now the face can start to release now. So let's go ahead and hit one. Get your grip right. That's a big deal for this. Get ready to go. So you're going to, again, feel the face is back there, and I'm trying to get the face right on top of it, right there. So again, it doesn't take a lot of effort to get the face going right into the ball. You don't want to feel like you're trying to time this thing right at the moment of the strike. So I hope this helps. You can see what kind of move this is, how important it is. If you get this, I know you're going to hit it longer and straighter. It's going to help every aspect of your game.